on France in the FIFA World Cup 2026 semi-finals. And live on Chris Tetteh YouTube channel, we are bringing you live. Enjoy the watch along. Thank you.
Live. Now still has time on the ball. Goes to the left of centre. Now down by Tetteh. Tetteh goes further forward. Mbappe. Better moments in this tournament, but finding no one with it, and that will be a simple goal kick to take for Simon. And again, Spain will play out from the back here, but France dispossessed quickly. Now, Koundé collects the ball up to Elise. Good defending though, nice tackle that came in from Ruiz. Spain back in possession. Olmo to Yamal. And Rodri. Laporte. Cucurella. Back to Laporte. Back to Laporte again. Now Cucurella on this left side, and now he's advancing down further down this left wing. Has support here from Baena. Baena just takes his time. Passes just a little bit further backwards now to Ruiz. Rodri goes down, and the referee, I think he tried to play advantage, but then he brought play back. And it's going to be a free kick for Spain. Certainly not in as dangerous an area as the one they got about 5 minutes ago, but in. It's a bit of a late challenge there. From Elise. Just over the ankle of Rodri. So it's going to be a free kick about just over 30 yards away, right from the in the centre of play.
Under pressure, nothing came from it in the end, but just sense the French happy to draw Spain onto them and then use that pace, that wizardry to get forward.
Koundé is forward now on this near right-hand side, level the area, pass the ball back, Dembele in field, laid off by Rabia. This is Elise in a... Now it's with Dembele on the right corner of the area, twists one way, then goes the other, looks to go on the outside, delivers the cross. Barcola waits, controls the ball, looks for a shooting opportunity. Barcola is just nudged off the ball a fraction. France, though, still have it. Luca Dean, Tchouaméni with a cross into the area, Laporte heads the ball away. Goes back to where it came from, Tchouaméni ducks underneath it, it's a France throw-in, 0-0.
Yeah, I think the first time in this game, 17 minutes in, where France have actually pushed Spain back for a bit of a period. Pulling the ball now, coming into their own.
It is worth pointing out that Spain are on their longest run in their entire history. They're unbeaten in 36 matches since a 1-0 defeat to Colombia, which was in March 2024 in the London Stadium. Only one Euro nation has ever gone on a longer run, and that was Italy.
I was going to say that. I was going to say Italy, didn't he?
I think we could have a long night here, Chris, in Dallas. We could have extra time the way it's going. So 17 and a half minutes played. Laporte trundles his way forward. Olmo's ahead of him. Fabian Ruiz to his left. Fabian slides into the path of Cucurella. The way to the pass just wasn't good enough for Cucurella. It was always racing away from him. Goal kick, 18 minutes played, 0-0.
And that's where the Spanish and their fullbacks, that's where they're getting the movement in behind. But Upamecano, big, strong, strapping French half getting across and shoulder to shoulder with Cucurella. There's only one winner there.
It wasn't that long ago, actually, that run for Italy. It was October 2018 to September 21. Here is blocked by Cucurella. Good block as well. You can hear the slap off the thigh as it went out. And now it is with Upamecano to Saliba, central position at the heart of the French defence, and he goes out towards Dean on that far side. BBC Radio 5 Live, still 0-0. Earlier, England against India, the first of the three-match one-day international series at Edgbaston. England 258, but India 262 for 4, so they won by 6 wickets. And the next coverage will be at the Oval on Thursday, 12:45 in the afternoon, for that second match in that one-day series. As Olmo for Spain 0-0 here on 5 Live, 19 minutes played. Laporte now will come forward with the ball, and he's over the halfway line. Cucurella keeps the ball in play, good control, crosses, hangs in the air, over the head of Oyarzabal. Awkward though for Luca Dean, penalty, and he's fouled Lamine Yamal. It was an awkward one, he was never in full control of the ball. Lamine Yamal came in from behind, and Spain have been awarded a penalty.
What I would say, there's not much of a protest, is there, from Dean? Ball crossed in from the left, it's overhead, it bounces, and then, oh blimey, Dean pops a little header up and then goes to volley the ball with his left foot, and he just volleys, Yamal high up on his hip. It's an absolute stone wall penalty. Daft from Dean, wasn't it? Wild, reckless, and what a chance for Spain. Just a bit of brain freeze there. He heads the ball up, he's just totally unaware of Yamal.
First goal of this game will be absolutely crucial. Cucurella, early delivery from the left-hand side. Behind Oyarzabal though. Now Lamine Yamal, has he gone down there? And the penalty. The referee has given a penalty here. Luca Dean has fouled Yamal inside the area, and it's a penalty kick here to Spain. Spain have won a penalty kick 19 and a half minutes into this match. Let's have a look here. So Luca Dean just struggling to control the ball a little bit here as he tried to head the ball down, and yeah, that's a clear foul. He doesn't realise that Lamine Yamal is right behind him, and he's ended up booting him, not intentionally, but he boots him there just below the hip, and Yamal has gone down. It's a clear foul. It's a mistake from Luca Dean, and Spain have the opportunity here, a golden opportunity, to take the lead from penalty spot. So Lamine Yamal, Luca Dean, and it looks as if it's going to be Mikel Oyarzabal that's going to take the spot kick as we just reach almost towards the midway point now of the first half. Still a bit of a delay though. Kylian Mbappe is speaking to the referee. Mike Maignan is close as well. I'm not too sure why we've got such a delay. I don't know why Mbappe, Dembele, Maignan is around the referee. This is very strange. I mean, to me, this is a clear-cut penalty. This is blatant. I'll be amazed even if VAR even review the decision. So a bit of a gamesmanship here, surely, from France. And some of the Spanish players now just saying, look, let's just get the penalty taken. What is the reason for the delay? This is clearly not going to be looked at by VAR. It's a very clear-cut penalty for me. And now finally, we can get this penalty underway here. Everyone else has removed themselves from the penalty box. So, Oyarzabal against Maignan. This to give Spain the lead midway through the first half. Can Oyarzabal claim his 5th goal of this year's tournament? Oyarzabal, left-footed, and he scores! He scores. Spain take the lead here. It's France 0, Spain 1. Mikel Oyarzabal converts from the penalty spot. Maignan went the right way, but he still couldn't get close enough to the ball. It slotted into the bottom corner. It was a great penalty from Oyarzabal, especially with all the pressure that was on his shoulders there. And France have gone behind in this year's FIFA World Cup for the first time in this tournament. France 0, Spain 1. Mikel Oyarzabal scoring from the penalty spot. It's his 5th goal of the tournament. It's an excellent penalty.
The score
Goes to Maignan left-hand side, but it's right in the corner. Maignan can't get close enough to it, and so it's France 0, Spain 1. And of course, I'm sure the majority of people, even though Spain are on an incredible unbeaten run, would have had France as the favourites for this game. But it's perhaps the Oyarzabal now. So the favourites to win this tournament find themselves 1-0 down here to the reigning European champions. Oyarzabal scoring from the penalty spot with his 5th of the tournament here. Could still be an outside contender to win the Golden Boot if he adds maybe 1 or 2 in this game, and then can get one in the final if they reach the final, of course. And we're now going to have, I'm sure what everyone will agree is the best points of this World Cup, the hydration break. Just when we really needed the momentum to stop in this match. We are now going to have the hydration break. And maybe this has come at a good point here for France. There's no question that despite how good France have been in this tournament, that Spain have been the better side so far in this match, and they hold a slender lead. So if you've only just tuned in here, it's France 0, Spain 1. As we've just started the hydration break in the first half, in the 25th minute here, and it was Mikel Oyarzabal scoring from the penalty spot after Yamal was brought down by Digne inside the area. Wasn't even checked by VAR. It was a very clear-cut penalty. It took a while for the penalty to actually be taken. I'm not too sure why there was so many French players just chatting away with the referee. It was a clear-cut penalty. You can't really have any complaints. In fact, I'm seeing another replay of it now on my monitor. It's possibly the most blatant penalty I've seen at this World Cup tournament. The referee had no other choice, and Spain take the golden opportunity themselves 1-0 in front. So, of course, before in this tournament, while there's been a hydration break, I've been able to run through what has happened in the previous 24 hours in the World Cup and looking ahead to the next 24 hours. But my last commentary was back when it was still the group stage, so there's not quite as many games to be talking about now. But of course, just as a reminder, Flash Score will be providing live commentary coverage for tomorrow night's FIFA World Cup semi-final between Argentina and England. And then, of course, there'll be commentaries for Saturday's third place playoff. And then for Sunday's final, kickoff time is at 8 p.m. UK time. As the hydration break now just comes to an end. In fact, a series of sprinklers have just gone off here on the pitch. They'll just die down now as we look to get this first half back underway. So this is a fascinating match that we now have ahead of us. It's the favourites who are down at the moment, losing 1-0 to the reigning European champions. So it's going to be Cucurella to take a throw in here. Waiting for his best option. Now it's the 27th minutes of the game. So just dispossessed at a key moment here. Mbappe trying to find some space. There's like at least 2 or 3 Spanish players around him. It's been brilliant defending from Spain. It's what's got them into this position so far. can it get them all the way through to the final? Now that they've taken a first half lead, so it's now going to be free kick, but it is still a throw-in for France in an attacking position. Ball just suddenly sat on the turf. Obviously, something's gone here. Either it's a muscle problem or he's pulled something there. And it's one of those where it's so innocuous, there's no one around him. He's sat down on the turf. There's a pretty resigned expression on his face, and well, that indicates to me his game is done. That indicates to me his game is done. And he's going to have to go off here. Is going to have to be substituted. He's pulled up with an injury, so we just see more replays there with an injury. So we just see more replays there of the converted penalty from Mikel Oyarzabal. Looks as if France are going to have to be forced to make early substitution. Saliba trudging off the pitch here with two French physios around him. And trudging off the pitch here with two French physios around him and indicated that he needed to come off pretty much. So Saliba coming off then, first substitution of the game, and coming on to replace him is going to be Maxence Lacroix. So Lacroix is coming on for Saliba, so it's a straight swap then in the heart of France's defence. So Lacroix has come on for the injured Saliba. And that's another blow then to France. They're 1-0 down. Now, one of their centre-halves has been forced off with an injury. Now, Maxence Lacroix has come on there for Saliba. And can France respond to that further blow here? So, Koundé with a throw. Dembele with a glancing header. Elise looks to keep the ball in. Has to be said that, in fact, we'll come on to that later, as the yellow card is dished out here, and it's a yellow card for Cucurella. So that's Spain's first yellow of the game. Yeah, I think that's definitely warranted. Cucurella with kind of a bit of an unorthodox challenge, and then, just for good measure, bit of a kick round the ankle there on Elise. I don't think Cucurella can have any complaints about that at all. So Cucurella then with a yellow card. I must say, I think this has been refereed very well so far. Of course, that could be the penalty. You know, it had to be given. There was no other decision that could be made here from the man in the middle. It was a clear penalty for Spain. Free kick though from France goes straight into the gloves of Simon, who has had a very, very quiet game so far. And this is just about to say is that France, of course, have been so dominant in the final third in pretty much every game. Probably the most trouble they've had so far was against Paraguay. And of course, Paraguay very much set up with a low block for the entirety of that match. They were set up just to make life as difficult and as frustrating as possible for France, but France was still able to make the breakthrough in the second half, and once they had that, it never looked like they were going to lose their lead. But at the moment, France's attacking the final third just can't get anything past the Spanish defence here. And so is it a case that the Spanish defence, that has also been superb in this tournament, will overcome the French attack here? As France just recover the ball in cut chances, far from it, but Spain certainly had the better so far in there. Going on the attack again, Olmo playing the ball into Cucurella, charged down here. Olmo tries to recover the ball inside France's own box, and Upamecano is just forced to clear the ball away anywhere he can. Spain certainly with the upper hand at the moment. Cucurella. Now to Rodri. Laporte. Now into the middle of play. Spain about just over 30 yards away from France's goal. Then a very ambitious attempt there from Olmo. That's more akin to 2 points for a conversion in rugby than a goal in the beautiful game. That's a long way over the bar. So goal kick then for Maignan to take. Into the 34th minute now. France 0, Spain 1. If you've just tuned in, Mikel Oyarzabal converting from the penalty spot after 22 minutes. Spain back in possession once more, right in the middle of play. Back to Laporte, has to be said, Spain's defence has been superb in this game. If France really haven't had much of a chance at all. Now Spain on the attack again here. Player goes down. Nothing given though. Oh, it's an offside. I think Spain knew that straight away, in particular Alex Baena. So I was going to say, it looked as if it was possibly a foul committed there by the goalkeeper, Maignan, but I think Baena knew he was a mile offside anyway. Hence, no appeal. Again, it's just another warning sign now for France, and there's no question for me, because I think I've seen every France game in this tournament bar one. This has certainly been, so far, the worst France have played at the moment in this tournament. Of course, still a long way to go. One goal puts France right back in it here, but at the moment it's Spain with the upper hand. Ruiz plays a long ball down the middle. Baena has gone down, appealing to the referee, but the referee is unmoved. Now, Koundé in possession for France. To Chouameni. Lacroix. On for the injured William Saliba, who went off about 10 minutes ago. Lacroix. And could have no complaints about it either. Back to Lacroix, but just again, at this moment, it's the same pattern of play. France, when they do have possession, they're just really, really struggling at the moment to break down Spain's superb defence. Can they do so this time? Barcola breaks into the penalty area from the left-hand side, goes for a shot, but it's a long way over the bar though. But you know, at least that's something a little bit more positive from France's perspective. It's a shot, still a long way off target, but at the moment that's what they're restricted to. An effort from a long way. Felt like he had no option there but to go from long range, and it's Spain's defence that's winning out. That's very dangerous indeed for their opponents when Spain already have the lead. Baena latches onto the ball from Cucurella. Now to Ruiz in the central midfield. He's got space to run into here. Olmo tries to weave his way through the middle. Loose ball. Shot there, just goes over the bar. Porro there with the effort. Just goes about 5 yards over the bar. That was worth a hit. It was worth a hit. Had some space. Still ambitious, but worth a go there from 25 yards. We'll just try and get the latest match stats up actually for you, just to give you a bit more of the story of this match. But that's a poor clearance. Spain on the attack again. They've got a chance here. Spain, can they stroke the ball in? No, they can't. That was a big, big chance though. And it was Ruiz that almost got his reward. I think Upamecano got the final touch there. I think it was brilliant defending from Upamecano that has saved France from going 2-0 down. It was a poor clearance from the goalkeeper, Mike Maignan. Then the ball was played across the face of goal, and it was Upamecano with a crucial touch. And it's going to be a corner for Spain, but they've taken it, I think, a little bit too quickly for the officials' liking. So Baena is going to have to retake the corner here. Initially, he linked up with Yamal. So the corner is retaken. This time it's an outswinger into the box here. France struggled to clear the ball away. Goes as far as Ruiz. Nice to Free from the left-hand side, aimed at the far post, just has a bit too much purchase on it, but Baena retrieves the ball before it goes out of play. Now to Yamal, trying to get past his man, and the ball runs out of play though, and it's going to be a goal kick for Maignan to take. So France really on the ropes here. Still France 0, Spain 1. Now into the 39th minute of the game. Maignan plays the ball out of the box, clears the ball out. Just goes as far as Spain's defence here. As I mentioned before, we'll try and get you those latest stats up for you. Again, France's defence just on the ropes a little bit more here. Almost had a very good game down the middle. Then a big challenge came in there from Rodri. It's a foul on Elise. He might actually have got the ball, but he kind of came from behind in order to do that, though. So it's still given as a foul. So at the moment, France have had 2 shots with none on target. Spain have had 5 shots with 1 on target. Of course, that shot on target being the penalty kick. In terms of XG, no, not everyone's keen on this kind of stat, but for those who are, in terms of XG, Spain with 0.99. Of course, a lot of that is influenced by the penalty that they got. 0.04 after 40 minutes. Clearance now from Simon in Spain's goal. Now Spain's defence will properly clear the ball away here. Just as far as Upamecano, that got in that brilliant defensive block there. Just kept France in the game. So that was so close to being the second goal for Spain. And just as France looked to go on the attack, Mbappe is caught offside. And at the moment, it's just not France's night. Still France 0, Spain 1. Of course, plenty of quality that can still be brought on from the bench. You've got the likes of Marcus Thuram on the bench, Desiree Doué, Jean-Philippe Tetteh, Ryan Cherki. So much quality. Warren Zaire-Emery as well. So much quality that France can still bring on here. But at the moment, it's just a little bit concerning if you are a labeler listening to this. Spain with the advantage. In possession now then. On the left of the centre defence, Laporte. He's had an excellent game. See once more. Quick 1-2 with Rodri. Now into the middle. Inside the centre circle. Ball aimed in, looking to find Yamal. That's much better this time from Digne. Gets to the ball ahead of Yamal and just heads it back to Maignan. Quick 1-2 with Upamecano before Maignan releases the ball long. Glancing header from Digne. Now France have got some space here. Rabiot plays the ball in, but that's great goalkeeping there from Unai Simon. Like a keeper sweeper there. In the right place at the right time, and he needed to be, otherwise France were clean through all. But now that's just a little warning sign there to Spain, and if France could equalise here, what a time that would be to do it. We're just going into the 43rd minute now. Rabiot looking to play the through ball in for Mbappe. Of course, we all know how quick Mbappe is, and Simone had to get that right. So if he was to foul him there, that would have been a straight red card, undoubtedly. So, corner kick then for France on the left-hand side. Played in. Avoids everyone in the box. Now falls to Koundé. Delivery comes into the edge of the 6-yard box, and it's not dealt with very well there by Spain. Bit of a mix-up there between Simon and Laporte. Laporte stayed down, holding on to his head. And also, my apologies, it's actually Oyarzabal that got right in the way there of Simon. And then it was actually elsewhere where Laporte was brought down. Bit of a smile there between Oyarzabal and Simon. No bad feelings after that mix-up there. It's now just into the 44th minute, so it'll be interesting to see how much stoppage time we will have. Of course, we've had the hydration breaks, that automatically adds 3 minutes on. And then we also had the injury to Saliba. Well, now what's the referee given here? The referee has given a free kick to France in a very good position. Spain are not happy with what the referee has decided there. Spain are absolutely adamant that a dive took place. It's Dembele that ran into, I think it was Fabian Ruiz there. It's a little bit soft, but either way. What has the referee decided here? So it looks as if it was going to France. Has the referee changed his mind here? I'm not sure if... Well, has he given it as a dive from Dembele? It's a little bit unclear as to what the referee decided in the end. It looks as if Spain won a free kick, and that was for a dive from Ousmane Dembele, but it didn't appear to be a yellow card shown though. So either way, it really did look like France had won a free kick in a good area. The Spanish players' reaction was furious, but that must have been because they... Dembele. But if it was such a blatant dive, why was the yellow card then not produced? Of course, we saw in the Argentina-Switzerland game an incident where a dive, a blatant dive, had huge consequences. And now Rabiot has come in with a bit of a late challenge there. And he's got to be careful because he's on a yellow card. Came in pretty hard there on Spanish aide, Fabian Ruiz. Just wonder if Rabiot hadn't already picked up a booking, whether he would have received one there. So, got to be careful. At the moment, everything's going Spain's way. So 6 minutes of additional time is being confirmed, and so we're halfway through the first minute of 6. Ball played into the edge of the 18-yard area by Spain, played away though by France. Now it's Elise, collect ball on the right-hand side, plays ball into the centre, but him and Dembele just not on the same wavelength there. Now Spain have won a free kick. France just being really frustrated. This is a really good performance by Spain at the moment. Again, it's not a match that is littered with clear-cut chances, but been really impressed by Spain, how they've handled France, and they've handled their huge attacking threat. And so far, the game plan is being executed to perfection by Luis de la Fuente's side. Still a long way to go though. Throw in for France, midway down the left wing, inside the Spanish half. Now with Tchouaméni. Upamecano. Now on this right-hand side, Koundé has some space here and it almost finds Mbappe. Just somehow avoids him. That was a little bit of a chance there for Les Bleus. Dembele plays the ball back to Tchouaméni, back to Dembele. Dembele is playing a bit more of a central role now. Delivery comes into the box from France. Good defending again though by Spain. It's going to be a free kick for Spain inside their own box here, but that Koundé almost found the head there of Mbappe. I'm surprised he didn't dive for it actually. Now maybe when you look at it the other angle, perhaps it was a little bit further away than I first thought there. Cucurella is now back up on both feet here. And Spain will just take their time taking this free kick. It's coming up to the halfway point of stoppage time. Still Spain with 5 shots and 1 on target. Spain with 5 shots and 1 on target. France with 2 shots and none on target so far, as Spain look to go in the attack once again here down the right-hand side. Played away by the French back line. And now Rabiot has kept the ball. And it's a heavy touch though. The Spanish midfield can recover. And they'll just play back to Laporte. Now Simon. Well, that's not the best of touches though from the goalkeeper. And now it's France that win possession. Elise on the right hand side. Plays the ball back to Chouameni. Now Upamecano. Lacroix. Digne. Further down this left hand side. Barcola. Does look as if Dembele is playing a bit more of a central role now, of getting a goal back in this game. Just goes all the way back to Simon. Long ball up to the halfway line. Headed by Spain win possession back. Played away by the central defence. Now looking to play in Oyarzabal. Upamecano forced to play possession back to Maignan. Upamecano gains a high press here from and that's a great turn there by Elise, but he did actually come off a Spanish player last. I think Cucurella can't believe it.
The first half is over.
Just needs to get a little bit of control here, because a bit of a few words being shared between both sides, but play now just resume and continue. France go all the way back to their defence. Lacroix, and to the left-hand side, finds Barcola. Mbappe gets into the 18-yard box and comes out to Digne. His attempt at a delivery from the left-hand side of the box is charged down, and it will be a throw to Les Bleus in an attacking position on that left wing. Digne throws backwards here to Lacroix. Every French outfield player well inside Spain's half. We're now up to the 6 minutes of stoppage time, so this will surely be the final course of action here in this first half. Dembele tries to get the ball across the face of goal, but he can't keep the ball in play. And surely that will be the last piece of action here in this first half, and that is it. So the referee has blown the whistle. And again, as we touched on before, it's not been a game littered with clear-cut chances, but it's been an intriguing game nonetheless. And at the moment, it's the favourites to win the World Cup who are currently losing 1-0 at the interval. And it's the reigning European champions that hold a slender lead. So we'll be taking a break now of around about 10 to 12 minutes, but don't worry. We will be back in time for the start of the second half. So we'll just take a break and we'll be back before the start of the second half. But at half time here in this FIFA World Cup semi-final at the Dallas Stadium in the United States, it's currently...
Okay, at the end of the first half, it's France. It's France 0, Spain 1. I mean, Spain leading by 1-0. Penalty caused by Luca Digne. And it was on Lamine Yamal and converted by Mikel Oyarzabal. Credit to BBC. Let's go to BBC.
It's certainly bouncing. The music's back on at half-time, Lee. It's been great to experience this match, bearing in mind it's almost 4 o'clock in the afternoon local time. It's hard to know whether people are on break. Not even working at all today, but it's completely packed now. I spoke to you 25 minutes or so before kick-off when it was building nicely, but it's absolutely rammed. And I think it's fair to say it's pretty much half and half in terms of half the bar are supporting Spain, half the bar are supporting France. And there was a huge roar and huge cheer. Mikel Oyarzabal stepped up and scored the penalty midway through that first half. And a couple of the punters I was speaking to a little bit earlier came up and said, I told you Spain were going to win. Well, of course, it could go on much longer than the 90 minutes. But this bar's absolutely fantastic. It's full of sporting memorabilia. It only opened its doors in September last year. But the people I've spoken to whilst being here over the last 4 hours, Lee, have told me that this has been a focal point for locals across New York during this tournament. It's been the place to come to eat and drink and just speak football and watch watch the matches, as you and John will know, there are 30 big TV screens or so dotted around the place. A really good atmosphere. And I think we'll have to wait and see how the second half goes, but I'm sure there'll be a bit of tenseness amongst the French fans if Spain do manage to hold out again.
Yes, I'm sure there will be, Della. Thank you. Back with you a bit later on. What about how we have been? That's about with the penalty. He's not the first on any of the winners, the defending champions, Argentina. First time Lionel Messi will have faced England. Let's hear, though, from the England captain, Harry Kane, speaking to BBC Sports' Kelly Summers. He says he's getting to this stage of the tournament was in head coach Thomas Tuchel's plans from the very start.
To be in a semi-final of a World Cup, no matter how you play or what you can do better, this was the goal 2 years ago when the boss arrived. We spoke about climbing the mountain, and so much goes into every camp, every time we're together through the qualification, into the tournament, the group stage, knockouts. And we've done everything right to be here now, and really deserve to be in this moment. So, like I spoke after the last game, of course, we know there's still things we can improve and we can get better. Ultimately, it's about being in this situation, the final four. Now it's that one big push, the final week, 2 games away from making history, and that's where our focus is.
The manager said after the Norway game he still felt there was more to come from England in terms of the performance. How were his comments received in the dressing room?
Yeah, I think we understand it. I think players on the pitch know more than anyone.
I think France had their chances, even though Spain possessed the ball a bit more, but they didn't take them. Bradley Bakola had a good chance. Cutting took a shot that was quite over the bar. Then also Spain's attack hasn't been so fluid. Just one chance that France goalkeeper Maignan had a wayward pass to the Spanish player, and they had some intricate one-touch passes into the box that Fabian Ruiz couldn't finish. But beyond that, I don't think Spain has had a lot of fluidity in their passing, at least in the final third. Mm-hmm. So I'll be expecting that in the second half they will play better in the final third and get their passes right. Mikel Oyarzabal, beyond the penalty, or since the penalty he scored, hasn't had a good showing for Spain. But it tells you how far the team trying to give away anything to the opposition side. So that's how the game has panned out. And I'm just happy that at least I predicted a first half win for Spain, and that has happened.
Okay, Bernard, I'm sure of the two managers, De La Fuente would be happy. He wouldn't care. I mean, whether it's a penalty, it's not a penalty. On the side of Deschamps too, he's lost one of his defensive stalwarts in Saliba. What do you think? Deschamps first off, then you can go to De La Fuente.
You need to stay, Deschamps, you need to stay compact. I mean, you leave in a lot of spaces for the spinats to run through. And I spoke earlier of the in the penalty boxes are the bigger one. You find him getting closer to the left-hand side of the goalkeeper, getting close to the arc, and it's dangerous. So you have to keep it compact. Unfortunately, it is because that's the department that there's a lot of pressure. You also see a player getting injured in that space because he would have to exert himself the more. So in exerting himself the more, it leads to certain preventable injuries. So for me, they need to stay compact. They need to, of course, Spain are always going to dominate possession and all of that. But you watch France, they've not hit a shot on target. That's disturbing. You need to stay compact and stick to your game. Forget about the number of passes you're going to swing together. Spain is going to have that. As we know currently, France has done 165 and Spain is in over the 200 range. Look, forget the possession. You have fast pace. up front. Rely on that presence and make sure you effectively use that to your advantage, because that's what you have. So from the Deschamps side, his side need to stay a little compact and to stick to their game plan, and that's the most important. That's which is going to grant you the kind of results that is required. For Spain, I think De La Fuente sends the right signal to his players. They've gotten it right in the first embers of the game. Get the ball to them when they from them. It's the kind of play they've been exhibiting for a minute in this tournament. So they've just improved or lifted themselves up a little because they know that the challenge now is quite high. What they've had in the past, and this gives them another foot in the final. So what they have to do is, to stick to the coach's plan, which they have, and win balls quicker and keep the passing around and try to get into the create, in between the back lines and force and stretch the defensive line. I think the message sank well, and that's the advantage of Spain in this game. But France is going to come to the party. You've watched them try to. They've not hit a shot on target, but they have been trying to create chances in the area, and is the most important. And it gets scary at times because you look at how many times Spain will be able to contain that. If it spills off a little, that is 1-1. It changes the entire dynamics of the game. Okay. So it's going to be problematic for Spain if they come and play in the same manner, because the French were gradually figuring them out. So it is for France. It's just that quick passing thing that they have to, deploy up front to be able to get that result they are looking for, in the game. I look at the heat map, and I have a few. If Spain keeps it like this, France might equalize, might take the game to extra time. I envisaged a lot of goals in the first half of the game. Do I still stick by that? I think my mind is gradually changing. They're going to keep it, on slim margins in terms of, or fine margins in terms of the scorelines, and then progress the game to another level. It's a party that has just begun. So we need to take our time and observe how many drinks we can take at this party. And it is not a one-man party. Okay. So we have to be careful and hold on. It's a team that most teams feared in the tournament. And because of the caliber of front lines they have. The difference again is Rodri. He's winning important balls, or the people are winning balls for him, and he's doing a lot of accurate passes.
There are talks in camp that Tony and loggerheads with Didier Deschamps. We're not getting minutes throughout the group stages. He seemed to be going frustrated.
No, but Sheki,
Recall the game they defeated Morocco in the quarters, and I saw a footage where he shook all the players, and when he got to check, he sort of brushed the man off.
Shaki or Didier Deschamps brush Shaki?
No, Cherki instead brushed the coach off.
Okay.
As a sign of his displeasure for not getting minutes at this World Cup.
No, but how can you this thing like? Let's be guided. Didier Deschamps is a World Cup winning coach.
Yeah.
You need to listen to him because I don't think it's a fluke that he won the World Cup and he's gone to a final and he's at the semi-final again.
Yeah.
And Shaki should bide his time because I do believe Shaki is still young, right?
Yeah.
He has World Cup.
This is the voice of Chris.
Yeah, well, Chouameni can thank his lucky stars he wasn't booked in the first half because he would have probably a slightly better half than him. But I think, Deschamps worried about Rabiot getting a red card. That would have been the issue there. But we're front foot in this second half. It has to happen. They have to start connecting and clicking in that final third.
Is Mbappe for France. They're playing from right to left as we look high up here in this futuristic stadium in Dallas. Looking back towards Mbappe, that was cut out well by Laporte, just stabbed the ball down into the ground, and then now Rodri tries to send Baena away on that far side of the left, but he's over hit it, and it goes out of play for a throw. Kone and Chouameni did start together in the game against Norway, the final group stage match where Norway, of course, had made a whole host of changes. I think it was 10 from memory in that game in Boston. They won by 4 goals to 1. But when he's done well, Kone, when he started, I think had a hamstring injury in March, as you know, Chris, and came back for the latter stages of the Italian season to prove his fitness. But we are expecting more from this France side. And Elise, once again, has stayed on that right-hand side, tries to take the ball with him, but runs into Laporte. Laporte is having an excellent game.
He is. Cucurella matched the run of Elise as well, but he's been a rock at the back, hasn't he, Laporte? It's can they keep it going? A lot of talk about the Spanish defence. Whether you know this, 1970s, the Dallas Cowboys, their defence was called the Doomsday Defence. Ian.
Was that in 71 or 77?
Well, I think they got to 5 Super Bowls in the 70s because of their defence.
Yeah, but they only won 2 of those 5, didn't they, in 71 and 77, I think you'll find.
Bob Lilly and Randy White were my 2 favourite players of that era.
I wasn't born, so I wouldn't know. Free kick has been given. BBC Radio 5 Live. The voice of Chris Sutton, as if you didn't need reminding, is with us here. As Lacroix passes the ball to Dean. Dean quickly closed down by Lamine Yamal, but he wins that 50-50 duel and then falls to the floor far too easily. The referee quite rightly says, get back to your feet. Too soft. Here is Lamine Yamal on the right for Spain. Porro passes the ball short and back along the ground towards Rodri. Laporte able to control it outside the centre circle of his own half, and then Kubasi finds Porro once again. Sabel comes short to collect, links up with Lamine Yamal. He goes to ground. Referee says no foul. This is Kone now. Finds Elise. Elise starting to drift a little bit now as Mbappe almost got Barcola away with a good interception, and Fabian Ruiz does well, uses his strength. Good close control. Rodri manages somehow to, a little bit off balance, hack the ball out towards Baena, who with a switch of play bounces a couple of times. That was a coming together between Oyarzabal and Lacroix. The referee has given a free kick in favour of Spain. Almost on the halfway line, they lead by a goal to 0.
Confirm, if you've only just tuned in, there has been one substitution at the interval. So Rabiot, who was on the booking, has now gone off, and Kone has come on for him. So that's now 2 substitutions overall from Didier Deschamps' side. Spain back in possession. Just playing the ball back to their defensive line here. Porro just plays the ball out here. Now goes on the overlap. Yamal. And Yamal has gone down. The play continues here. France now looking to go on the attack. Playing the ball through the middle. Trying to play in Barcola, but nothing doing that. Spain win possession again in the middle. Ruiz goes down. Nothing given. I think the referee playing advantage there. And another Spanish player has gone down. This time I think that's Oyarzabal, just holding the back of his neck there. I think Lacroix was the closest player to him. So let's just have a look on the replay here. Well, bit of a kind of like shoulder to back there from Lacroix. A heavy shove, but nothing really more than that. It was Barkala just before that knocked into Yamal. But no foul was given there by the referee. Referee, by the way, is Ivan Barton. So play now back underway here. That's a lovely floated delivery, and Lamine Yamal has got a chance here, and it's a good block from Maignan. Chance there for Yamal. Oh, he was offside anyway, so it wouldn't have counted. In fact, he was about 2 yards offside in the end. So, but still, a bit of a warning sign there for France. And the longer this second half goes on, with the scoreline staying as it is, the bigger the concern here from a French perspective. Yamal on the ball again, passes the ball into the centre of midfield. Long ball out from Simon, tries to find the head there of Olmo. Now Porro, Olmo, Yamal. Back to Spain's defence. Must say, I think at the moment still, and now we're 52 minutes in, but Spain have executed their game. It's been tactically spot on from Luis de la Fuente so far. Spain back on the attack. Oyarzabal goes for goal. That's goes about 2 yards over the bar, about 2 or 3 yards. Oyarzabal claims that there was a deflection, but the referee moved. Koundé was the closest to the ball, but it doesn't actually hit him. And so it'll be a goal kick for Maignan to take. So frustration continues here. Long ball from Le Bleu just goes nowhere. The ball will go out of play for a defensive throw-in for Spain on their left-hand side. Just waiting for the throw-in to be taken by Cucurella. Oh, that's a huge sliced clearance, or rather misclearance there from Ruiz. Not too sure what happened there, but Spain will just play the ball back to Simon. Once the ball came back down to earth, which took a few seconds. And now Spain, in an instant, turning defence into attack. And it's Yamal. Just tries to go past Barkala. Goes down, nothing given there. And what are France doing here? A bit of a dodgy back pass to Maignan. Maignan only just is able to reach the ball in time before it would. And a really daft corner that was already there by France. We said the first goal would be crucial. And it's even more so for whoever can score the second goal in this game. So at the moment, with the way that this is panning out, if Spain were to go 2-0, look, it's incredible to be saying this with how incredible France's attacking line has been in this tournament, but at the moment it's just hard to see where France are going to find joy, because Spain's defence has just been absolutely phenomenal so far in this match. France go on their next attack then. Didier. Now to Barkala. Elise. Now into the box. Mbappe. As soon as he gets to the ball, though, it's taken off him. Ball runs loose. Goes to Koné. Koundé. Now with Dembele. And it's not having a great game, Dembele. He was looking to play Elise back in. And the pass just had far too much on it. And that's very, very easy there for Simon to claim, and at the moment something has to change here from France, because they're heading out. Game plan's just not working right now. They've got to change something. A little bit too comfortable at the moment for Spain. It's remarkable considering how well France have played throughout this tournament. So 10 minutes into the second half then, still France 0, Spain 1. Mikel Oyarzabal with the only goal of the match, scoring from the penalty spot midway through the first half after Lamine Yamal was fouled blatantly by Luca Digne. Managed to get past Porro there, had a little bit of space. As soon as France break into that final third, they finally get into a bit of a dangerous position. The ball is played too heavily by Barcola, and it's very easy for the goalkeeper to claim. It's just not clicking at the moment for France in the final third. And it'll be very interesting to see if another substitute comes on for Les Bleus sooner rather than later. Of course, they've got the line of Desiree Doué on the bench, Marcus Thuram as well. But at the moment, the ball just feeds its way back to Simon. Of course, just to let you know, Flash-score audio commentary coverage will be provided for tomorrow night's semi-final between Argentina and England. Back here though at the Dallas Stadium, Spain go on their next attack. And again, as we mentioned before, if Spain could go 2-0 up, it's genuinely hard to see how France can come back here from this, because Spain are just executing their game plan perfectly. And we are about to see another French substitution, and it's going to be Desiree Doué. Barcola hasn't had a great game, so that looks to be a straight swap. And so Doué on for Barcola. And in terms of the 90 minutes, just 2 more substitutions to go here already for Deschamps. Spain still haven't made any substitutions at all yet. Now into the 57th minute, Spain still with a slender advantage. Quick 1-2 there between Laporte and Simon. Now to Porro on the right hand side. Just skips past Doué. Just waiting for his first touch the ball after coming on for Barcola. Now Spain play the ball through the middle. Olmo has got some space here. Olmo still on the ball, about 25 yards away from the goal line. Passes to his left-hand side. Shot comes in from Baena. It's charged down immediately. Now to Rodri. Plays the ball into the area. It's headed away by Digne. The ball falls into the path of Ruiz. Passes square to Porro. He's got Yamal in front of him. Plays forward up to Olmo. And now Porro. He's only got the goalkeeper to beat, and Porro scores! It's 2-0 to Spain. Spain 2, and it's Pedro Porro who has scored here. The fullback has scored in the 58th minute, and before we've reached the hour mark, shortly before the hour mark, Spain have doubled their advantage, and the French supporters here look absolutely stunned. They cannot believe it. It was a beautifully worked goal here. It was a great 1-2 between Porro. The overlap, found himself in plenty of space, suddenly had just Maignan to beat, and he slotted the ball home as if he was a centre forward.
The scorer of Spain's goal is Porro.
Lovely, well-worked goal, and now Didier Deschamps, the France manager, now has a mountain to climb here. Just having a look at the replay. Definitely no offside whatsoever. Porro was very much on as Olmo played the pass. In fact, if anything, Olmo was probably fouled by Upamecano. So this shot, and Porro did brilliantly there, because it was a golden opportunity, but with the kind of game that this is being played in, with the pressure on both teams, you could easily have lost your composure and either just, shot straight at the keeper or blazed the ball over the bar. But great composure there by Porro, and Spain are now 2-0 up here, and France have it all to do, and Spain are on the attack again. And flight to delivery though, too much purchase on it, and that's easily claimed by Maignan, and it's just at the moment France just haven't really got any answers to what Spain are doing. Spain is just so tight, and even a likes of Mbappe, with the likes of Dembele, Elise in there as well, they just haven't really created anything. It's been a phenomenal performance by Spain's defence, and there's no question Spain deserved to be in this lead, and now they've got some space again inside France's half. Olmo just being tracked there by Elise, and Spain keep possession. There's no question that even though, as we've touched on before, there's not been a whole host of chances, but this has been the most impressive performance by Spain in this tournament. They've got another chance here. Yamal has only got the goalkeeper to beat, and he's found the back of the net. Lamine Yamal has scored his second goal of the tour. The offside flag is up, but Yamal is signalling that VAR should be looking into this, so this could be tight. But goodness me, for just a second there or two, we all thought Spain had gone 3-0 up. The free kick has actually been played incredibly quickly there, so the VAR lines must have been drawn up very, very quickly indeed. But well, for a split second then, we thought Spain had gone 3-0 up through Lamine Yamal, but that was very, very quickly ruled out. Oh, that was close though. Very, very close. He's just offside. He's just ahead of Luca Digne, and that would have been his second goal of the tournament. It was beautifully taken as well, but this is superb stuff here from Spain, and if they avoid defeat here, this will now be 37 games in a row that they would be unbeaten in regulation time. Not bad form to head into a final in, but it's up to France now to try and find something in this final half an hour. They've been extraordinary in this tournament so far, but they've come completely unstuck here. And France have just been able to, well, that's what I mean, France were just able to regain possession there, but then they lose possession themselves almost immediately afterwards. It's almost like they don't know who to turn to here. They seem baffled by what has worked so far in this tournament. Is now very much coming unstuck here against Spain. Porro with ball on the right of centre, midway down the French half. Great back heel there from Yamal. Linking up nicely again with Pop. He's linked up beautifully in this second half on that right-hand side. Now Kabasi will just calmly play Simon. Coming into the 64th minute now. Olmo. Bit of a straight pass though from Spain's defence. Actually from Olmo, that final ball. Now Mbappe's had such a quiet game. Mbappe races up to the byline, plays the ball in. Did it actually come off the post there, or did it come off the goalkeeper? I think it came off Simon in the end. Mbappe, I think he was actually going for goal there, trying to beat Simon at his near post. Simon makes a save. Now it's a quick call taken by France. Digne tries to play the ball in across the face of goal from left-hand side. It's charged down, and so it'll be another corner to Les Bleus on this left-hand side. Into the 65th minute, we'll be coming into the second half hydration break very soon here. Elise with the corner, and it'll just go out for a goal kick. It came off Chouameni last, and so over the bar, comfortably over the bar. And it's just going to be a goal kick then for Simon to take. Olmo presses forward, claims he's been fouled, and the referee eventually does give the free kick to Spain. It's just to be taken inside, well, just outside the centre circle here. Spain in complete control. What can Didier Deschamps do for his sidings. At the moment, they've just got no answers. We'll run through the key stats when the hydration break takes place, but I'm struggling to remember a single shot on target that France have had at any point in the game. France's first shot on Chouameni. Now plays the ball in further down France's right-hand side to Mbappe. Tries to play the ball up to Tetteh, but it's cleared away very nicely indeed by Porro. It's going to be a throw for France, and I was just about to say, it looks as if the hydration break was about to take place then, but they will allow the throw-in to be taken first. Tetteh, now to Chouameni. Mbappe will go for goal here and steered wide of the target. The first real chance that you think Mbappe might score from, just inside the box. In fact, it was charged down by Cucurella right at the end. So take the corner very quickly here. France just trying everything they can to get away back into this match. Elise to Tetteh from 20. Once more, comes back out to Tetteh. Now Elise keeps the ball on the left-hand side. Delivery from Tetteh, but it's easily claimed though by On. Goal kick is taken very, very quickly, very, very long, and so long that Maignan just heads the ball away, the French goalkeeper. Now France back on the attack once more. Mbappe, well, he breaks into the area, but you could see the offside flag was already up there. To Matthew Rhodes here for this Flash Score live audio commentary service of this FIFA World Cup semi-final between France and Spain at the Dallas Stadium in the United States. And it's Fable scoring from the penalty. Porro doubled Spain's lead after 58 minutes, and Spain fully deserves this lead as well. They've been the better side by far. Brilliant game plan. It's completely nullified France, and with around about 22 minutes to go, they still just don't have any answers. It's been remarkable to see how quiet France have been in final third there. They haven't really come close to breaking down Spain's defence. And at the moment, it's still only Belgium in this tournament that have been able to score a goal against Spain. Baena just bundled over there by Koundé. And looks as if we are now going to have the hydration break for this second half. And the players will now go over to the dugout areas. So the hydration break will now start here. Just a reminder that tomorrow night's semi-final between Argentina and England will also have Flash Score commentary for that game as well, and then there'll be commentary for the third Sunday night. There'll be commentary provided by John Baven for the World Cup final, where at the moment, as it stands, it'll be Spain that will await to see who they will play. Could it be a repeat of the last Euros final, which of course was between Spain and England, which Spain won 2-1? Or could it be Spain versus Argentina? We'll soon find up then for you whilst we've got this hydration. Of the official stats that we've got, France still have not actually had a shot on target, so that initial Mbappe effort around about 4 or 5 minutes ago, it must have been sneaking just wide of the post, even though it did force a save. So that's not being classed as a shot on target. So France have had 5 shots, 0 on target. Spain have had 8 shots, 2 on target. In terms of XG, Spain with 1.4, France with just 0.16. absolutely remarkable. They've had 6 corners, France, but they've not been able to do anything really with the set pieces. The hydration break starts to wrap up here, so we're into the 71st minute, so it's been a hydration break taken fairly late on in the second half. But as it stands, it'll be Spain to take on Argentina or England. As the hydration break comes to an end, we're going to see some further French substitutions. It looks as if Ryan Cherki is going to come on. So just to see who Cherki will come on for, but the tracksuit top is off and he's ready to come on. There's some pretty glum expressions here amongst the French support base, so looks as if there's going to be a double French substitution then. Cherki is one of the players about to come on, and it looks as if Theo Hernandez is the other player that's going to come on for France as well. So it's going to be Elise and Digne that's going to come off here. Got to be honest, I'm a little bit surprised that Digne hasn't already come. He's really struggled all game. Of course, gave away the foul for the penalty. So there we go. So Theo Hernandez comes on for Digne, and Ryan Cherki has come on for Michael Elise, as we now move into the 73rd minute. And remarkably, Spain still haven't made any substitutions whatsoever. So France have made all 5 of their substitutions before Spain have even made one. Kind of tells you its own story, that. Chouameni just goes down for France on the left of centre, just about 10 yards over the halfway line. Got pass to Kone. Now back to France's defence here. Just to Lacroix. France's right wing. Over the halfway line. Mbappe. What can he do here? From his left foot, cuts onto his right. Now passes to Doué. Earlier free from Doué. Is charged down though, and then cleared away by the Spanish defence. And that means that Spain can counter. And as you can imagine, France put more bodies up forward, it will leave their defence more open and exposed. So I would not be surprised whatsoever if we're going to see another. But which side will it be for? Can France find a way back in, or will Spain hit France on the counter with their defence a bit more exposed? Now Spain are going to finally make their first substitution of the game, and it's the goal scorer of the first goal, Oyarzabal, that's going to come off, and he's replaced by Ferran Torres. So that's Luis de la Fuente's first substitution of the game. Ferran Torres comes on for Oyarzabal. And Torres already straight into the action, although it's actually given us offside by the assistant referee on the near side. For just a couple of seconds, it did look like Spain had actually gone 3-0 up very soon after Spain actually got their second through Porro. So Lamine Yamal, with a wonderful finish, had the ball in the back of the net, but he was correctly called out for offside by the assistant referee. What can France do here then? Doué chips the ball into the area. Mbappe can't reach the ball though. Laporte in the right place at the right time. I mean, you're probably sick of me saying this by now, but it really is. It's been extraordinary how good Spain have been set up here. Just a perfect game plan. Defence has been superb. Hasn't put a foot wrong so far. And France, well, I mean, the story's in the stats. They've still not produced a shot on target. There's only 15 minutes to go here. They need to score twice within the next 15 minutes. Otherwise, well, I say their tournament's done. They would still have one more game. That would be in the third place playoff. But the World Cup dreams of lifting the trophy would be over They need a response, and they need a response quickly. Mbappe goes down, just on his left-hand side, and the referee does give a free kick. So, free kick then to France. Looks as if it was Yamal that just caught Mbappe there. Didier Deschamps not happy. I think he's surprised that no yellow card has been shown. Yeah, to be fair, when you look back at the replay, it was a fairly cynical challenge there by Yamal. A bit surprised that a booking hasn't been given. There's a blatant trip there on Mbappe. It's no card given. So it's a free kick though to France on the left of centre. Good opportunity for them to hit the ball into the area. And Didier Deschamps absolutely furious. He can't believe that Yamal hasn't received a yellow card there. So free kick whipped in. And comes off the French forward last. It's going to be a goal kick for Spain. Didier Deschamps cuts a very, very frustrated figure here. I just feel like he doesn't know what else to do. He's brought all his subs on. He can only bring one more on if they can somehow take this game to extra time, but at the moment, remarkably, it's looking unlikely. Spain are now going to bring on a couple more subs. So Dani Olmo, who's been terrific, he's coming off, as is Fabian Ruiz. So Ruiz and Olmo are coming off here. Mikel Merino is coming on, and Pedri is coming on as well. So just confirmation there. Pedri has come on for Ruiz, and Merino has come on for Olmo. So Spain have now made 3 subs. They've got 2 more that they can still make. And there's 13 minutes of regular time to go. France somehow need to find 2 goals against this marvellous Spanish defence. It's going to need something very, very special indeed, surely, for France to break the Spanish resistance down here. So Spain immediately is going on their next attack. Just the ball just inside the area here, and it's a header from Ferran Torres, just drifts wide of the target. And if that had gone in, then that surely would have been game over. Probably would have felt like he could have done a bit better with that. Header from around 10 yards out, but drifts wide. And it's Spain going on the next attack, not France. Spain wanting to kill this game off once and for all here. It was Pedri that got into a good position just before the delivery came in from the left-hand side as well. Played away by Unai Simon. Bit of head tennis now in the said circle. And the referee is given a foul here. It's going to be a free kick for France. Just inside the centre circle. Taken short. Now to Cherki. Koundé. Up to Meccano. Doué plays the ball in. And Hernandez tries the delivery from the left-hand side. Kept it low down, but only one French player in the box, and it's nowhere near close enough to the ball, and it's an easy claim for Simon. He can just dive to his left and pretty comfortably claim the ball without any problem. Now it's Spain to go on the attack once more through Pedri. He's only just come on. It's going to be a throw into France in a defensive position on their right-hand side, and you know they're running out of time. Of course, the danger is for France. They've got no choice now but to push up and throw everything at goal, but that's going to leave their defence really exposed. And one more goal for Spain will surely kill this game off completely. Spain trying to advance further down their left-hand side. France take possession, but then they can't keep the ball in play though, as the frustration continues. You can see there a few shakers. Might believe what they've seen. It's just the fact that they've just been ineffective in the final third. I mean, we all know Spain's defence has been terrific in this tournament. They're on this incredible long unbeaten run, but for France to have been so ineffective, it has come as a real surprise. So they have now at least had one shot on target, but that's still all it is. I think that the Mbappe effort that was sneaking in at the near post, that has now officially gone down as a shot on target there. It's still just an XG of 0.16, but what can France do here? Long ball pitched in. Oh, the goalkeeper's in no man's land here. France have got a chance, but Doué tried to chip the ball in from around 30 yards out, but gets his efforts all wrong there. But initially that was, well, was that bravery or stupidity from the goalkeeper Unai Simon? I'm not too sure. He tried to head the ball away, but he didn't quite get his bearings right. Ended up heading the ball to Doué, but luckily for their supporters, they had enough players around Doué to make sure that he couldn't go for goal straight away. And then when he made some space, he got his efforts all wrong anyway. And Spain could just clear the ball away from danger. Another chance for France, this time on the right-hand side, playing the ball in from Koundé. Now, Hernandez, 1-2. That's well claimed by Simon. Oh, and has there been a clash there? Simon is holding gloves over to his face here. There was a clash there between Simon and Hernandez. Simon looks to be hurt here. Quite a few Spanish players circling around their goalkeeper. So it was Tetteh Hernandez that came in there, was racing to the ball, trying to get to the ball before it went over the byline, and possibly his knee just made contact there with the face of Simon. Now Simon is back up and looks absolutely fine. So I think we can all tell probably what was happening there, but Simon, who initially was writhing around everywhere, looked in absolute agony, but now he's absolutely fine and sorting out his defence to defend this corner. But before this corner will take place, we're going to see some more Spanish substitutions. It looks as if Marcos Llorente is going to be coming on. He's going to come on for Pedro Porro. He's had an excellent game. Baena is going to come off as well. So Porro and Baena are coming off here for Spain. Just waiting confirmation of the subs coming on. And yeah, it's going to be Llorente and Williams to come on. So just confirmation of those two final subs then for Spain. Porro off, Llorente on, Baena off, Williams on for La Roja. So now into the 84th minute here. Still France 0, Spain 2. And free kick has been given for France in a defensive position. The Spanish dugout area really not happy at all with that decision from the man in the middle, who is Ivan Barton for this game. Just got to get on with it. They're around 6 minutes plus stoppage time away from reaching only their second ever FIFA World Cup final in the men's tournament. Throw in from France, just down by Cherki. Spain will look to go on the counter here. Williams getting into a good position. It's becoming a little bit scrappy. Now France look to play the ball out from their defence. Now to Tetteh Hernandez on that left-hand side where he replaced Digne. For me, he should have come on earlier because I think Digne really struggled in today's game. He's had a great season at Villa. They've covered a lot of Villa games, but certainly not Luca Digne's best game. I feel like that substitute. Now Dembele, again, he's been probably been even more ineffective than what Mbappe has been. At least Mbappe has managed to get a shot on target in the match, but Dembele has featured so little in this match. France have now won a free kick in a decent area, left-hand side. Some poor delivery though. Spain will just clear the ball away. Maignan, I mean, this is how desperate it is. The goalkeeper Maignan was already up on the halfway line. Now Cherki Being pressured well there by Pedri, but Shecky goes past his man, chips the ball into the box, and again, it's just easy for the goalkeeper to claim. France they can't do anything in that final third. It's as if Spain know exactly what they're going to do, and now what's happened here? I think something very silly has happened here, and it's going to be a yellow card that's being given to Mbappe. Just a little bit of a coming together there between Mbappe and the goalkeeper, Simon. Oh, that was a bit silly there from Mbappe. Knew he wasn't going to get to the ball in time. Simon was just trying to eat up as many seconds as he could. And that's a yellow card for Mbappe. Clearly just a sign of frustration. It has just been remarkable. France so dominant in this tournament. So many people thought they were going to win it, and win it with style, but they are on the brink of a semi-final exit here, and they will be playing this weekend, but as it stands, it'll be on Saturday in the third place playoff rather than Sunday's final, and as it stands, it'll be Spain versus Argentina or England in the World Cup final, so we could have a repeat of the last Euros final. Of course, in that game, Spain beat England 2-1, a late goal from Mikel Oyarzabal, getting Spain the win there. Or could it be Spain against Argentina, which would be the defending world champions against the defending European champions? France on the break here, just going through the middle, about 35 yards away from the goal line. Now Doué. It's got Theo Hernandez on the overlap. Doué goes down. The referee gives the free kick, so it's a free kick to France in a good area. And you can see there's a mark already on his knee. And there's definitely no playing up here. That will be a painful one. It was Yamal that came in with the challenge. Again, I'm surprised Yamal hasn't received the booking. That's two pretty bad challenges there. That's coming from the teenager, but no yellow card shown. Well, if France are going to get back into this game, surely they're going to have to score here with this set piece. So it's a free kick on the left of centre, only about a yard away from the edge of the box. They're surely going to go for goal. Mbappe to take. Mbappe right-footed, and that sums up the game for France. It's over the bar by about 2 or 3 yards. And you just think, if France were to get back into this game, they were going to have to score from there. We're now 88 and a half minutes into this contest. And Spain surely just need to make sure they don't do anything. And they're going to be through with just the perfect performance, the perfect game plan here against this French side. Yamal just on this right wing now for Spain, trying to get past Theo Hernandez, goes down. Yamal stays down, but the referee not interested, doesn't give a penalty here. Of course, it was Yamal who was fouled for Spain's penalty midway through the first half, but the referee not interested in that one. I mean, to be fair, I've seen him given. For me, it was a clear shove there from Theo Hernandez. Interesting to see if VAR might look into this, but play has already resumed, so the VAR officials clearly can't feel that was a clear and obvious error. So play continued, 30 seconds away from reaching the 90th minute, and then finding out how much stoppage time there will be. But time very much running out for France. The 2022 finalists and 2018 winners look to be heading out in the semi-finals of the 2026 edition. Cherki plays the ball into the... with a great intervention, concedes a corner. Take the corner kick very, very quick, very short. Dembele delivers the ball into the box around the penalty spot. Spain. It's Koundé, now Mbappe on the right wing, just on the edge of the box, plays the ball in, glancing header from the Spanish defence. Now it's Kone, plays back to Theo Hernandez. France got enough space to maybe go for a shot there, no they can't. Now Kone with a delivery, somehow avoids everyone. Suman Simo embracing Cucurella as if he scored a goal himself there. All he did was leave the ball, but it just eats up more. Now 7 minutes away then from reaching the World Cup final. We're going to have 7 minutes of stoppage time. So La Roja 7 minutes away then from reaching the FIFA World Cup final. For only the second time in a men's tournament. Who won the FIFA World Cup back in 2010. Back when it was hosted South Africa. Beating the Netherlands in the final 1-0 after extra time in what was a very ill-tempered final. Long ball now from Spain. Williams has some space to run into here on the left of centre. As we mentioned before, with France having to try and throw everything they can to try and get back into contention in this game, it's leaving them a bit more exposed in defence. Yamal tries to go past Teo Hernandez, can't do so on that occasion. Spanish dugout area, they certainly want a free kick, but the referee not interested. Now Chouameni plays the ball out from the defensive midfield position over to the right hand side. Long ball played in just on the outskirts of the box, brought down nicely by Mbappe. Now Cucurella. Spain just need to keep possession, that's all they need to do right now. Just in the middle of play, 20 yards behind the halfway line, inside the Spanish half. Yamal just plays back to Llorente. Now I think a yellow card might be about to come out here. It's going to be a Spain freak. Plenty of Spanish legends watching see us as well. As you can imagine, plenty of Spanish supporters with huge smiles on their faces here, and celebrations will be in full swing very soon, as long as Spain don't do anything daft within the next 4 minutes of stoppage time. They hold a 2-0 lead here, thanks to goals from Mikel Oyarzabal and Pedro Porro, and they fully deserve to have this lead as well. They've completely nullified. It's been a brilliant game plan and it's been delivered to perfection. Just play the ball back to Simon. Plays the ball away. Header there from Teo Hernandez. Now Williams, just on the left of centre, now well inside France's own half, takes on his man, will go for goal, and it's saved there. That's near post by Maignan. Oh, I think it's actually just come off the side netting, actually. Maignan was right at his near post, guarding his near post, but the ball must have just managed to hit the side netting without touching the keeper's gloves. So the goalkeeper was taken very quickly there by Maignan. Mbappe, and 40 yards away from the goal line, keeps the ball. France on the attack here, just inside the box. Shot comes in, but it's saved. Dembele with the shot. Comfortable save though for Unai Simon earlier in the top. That would have found the top corner, but in this semi-final, it's only heading into the goalkeeper's gloves. A lot of French supporters just look defeated here. And now a French player's gone down. This play continues though. Play still continues. Williams kind of just waiting to see what the referee does here, because I think it was Koundé that went down. He is now finally back up. I'm going to say it surely can't be time wasting, because there's no time to waste here from France's perspective. 2 minutes of stoppage time to go. Spain on the very brink of reaching the FIFA World Cup final. They hold a 2-0 lead. And surely the game is up. The tournament is up here for France. They'll still have one game to go, but it will be what I'd have to say is always what seems to be the fairly pointless third place playoff, but it still continues to be played in World Cup tournaments. Totally sure why. And you can tell the Spanish dugout area, the staff, the substitutes, the players that started and have now come off, they're all ready to celebrate here. What would be a superb win. Yamal, about 30 yards, brings the ball from the right wing into the centre, goes down. Referee says no foul. 1 minute to go. This is going to be the last attack of the game. Tetteh swings the ball from left to right here. Brought down nicely by Dembele. Now brings the ball just inside the 18-yard box. Goes for goal, shot on target. It's palmed away fairly comfortably by Simon. Now to Kone. Tetteh. Mbappe. Goes for goal. And again, just sums up France's night. The effort goes comfortably over the bar by a few yards. And that will probably be the last shot of the game. I mean, Luis de la Fuente, the Spain manager, already thinks it's time to get the party started here. He's already shaking hands with a lot of his fellow staff and his substitutes. Just a few seconds to go. France know the game is up here. Just about 10 seconds left. What a brilliant, masterful performance this is from Spain. And the full-time whistle goes just before the 7th minute actually comes up. And there we go. Spain have won here. They've won 2-0. France are out. They've been knocked out in the semi-finals of this year's FIFA World Cup. France are out. Spain are through to their second ever FIFA World Cup final. They've won 2-0 here. Goals from Mikel Oyarzabal midway through the first half from the penalty spot, and then a lovely well-taken finish from Pedro Porro just before the hour mark has given Spain a thoroughly deserved victory. It wasn't a game that was littered with clear-cut chances, but it was a perfect game plan from Spain, and it was more importantly executed to perfection from the Spanish squad. Luis de la Fuente must be absolutely over the moon and delighted with how his players performed today. That's been Spain's best performance of the tournament. Of course, it started so shakily with that goalless draw, that shock goalless draw against Cape Verde. But now they are one win away from becoming FIFA World Cup champions again. So at the end of our commentary coverage here, Spain are through to the final. But who will they play in that final? We will find out tomorrow night when Argentina take on England. But at full time here at the Dallas Stadium in the United States in this FIFA World Cup semi-final, it's finished France 0.
Spain. France has ended. Our scores is 0 goals from Mikel Oyarzabal before the hour mark. Yeah, like put your comments in the comment section. Yeah, let's do the live chat now. Thank you for watching. Catch us tomorrow if God permit for a big guest, if God willing, tomorrow for a big game. Argentina, England. Catch us live here. We'll bring you the live commentary and then watch along that. Leave your comment in the live chat and then let's take it from there. If you have not subscribed, kindly subscribe, share, recommend this channel to people, like, and then let's take it from there. Greetings. Thank everybody. Thank everybody for watching, and
End stream.
we
Cancel. End.
urge you to like, comment, and share.
Detected.